The static dynamic offset push-up, what we're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to get set up in a rack, and we're gonna set up the J hooks, and we're gonna place a band. If you were kneeling, it's gonna be somewhere between hip and kind of like chest height. It's because we want quite a bit of tension as we're doing this, so we can do this for a little bit longer duration, and we don't want it to be too muscular, too compressive as we're performing this activity. For the first demonstration, we're actually in an elevated position. Now, this is gonna be for people who have a tendency of really dropping their sternum down. So if the hands are directly underneath us, they might have a tendency of crunching forward, and we wanna lift ourselves up. So that's gonna be the elevated position. I've got 2 dumbbells here, and then I also got something to elevate one hand. So we're gonna start with the left side elevated for the demonstration. Just pay attention to the notes within inside the program if we're just doing left hand or left and right or just right hand. So we're gonna set up with the band on the waist. And static dynamic, the way that we're gonna perform it is gonna be 2 reps followed by a pause. Now the pause can be at different points in the range of motion. So I'm gonna demonstrate all 3 points that we may program. So we get set up, dumbbells are on an angle, feet are shoulder width apart, and we're gonna push ourselves away. We wanna ensure that we can create congruency between the rib cage and the shoulder blade. Gonna take a breath in. To set ourselves and exhale without crunching, pushing through our hands, pushing through our toes, in a nice long plank position. We're then gonna inhale down, take 2 seconds on the way down. We're gonna exhale, take 2 seconds on the way up. So that's 1 rep. 2 reps, making sure that when we go down, we're keeping the elbows directly over top of the wrists, and then we can perform a hold for 3 breath cycles. So initially we're gonna perform a high hold. So we breathe in here, breathe out, staying long, keeping the sternum up. Common mistakes is gonna be crunching down as we perform this, so we wanna stay tall through the spine. We don't wanna pack the chin too hard, but sometimes thinking about chin in does help get us a little bit longer. All right, so that's our high hold position. So 2 reps plus the 3 breath cycles is 1 actual repetition. So 2 push-ups plus 1 3 breath cycle hold is 1 rep. Now, if we were to ask you to do a middle hold, we would perform our 2 reps and then we would pause at 90-degree elbow bend. So that's the middle or 90-degree hold. And then if we asked you to perform the low hold, we're gonna go down below that 90 degrees and hold in that position. So we have different variations here where we have a high hold, a middle hold, and a low hold, and then we can also look at doing a left hand or right hand elevated. The other thing that we could do is take away the elevation and do this from the floor. So again, this is a progression, and we just want to make sure that we're not getting ourselves into a crunched position as we're doing this. So we set up, get our dumbbells in a nice wide angle, make sure that we're nice and tall pushing up and through. So we perform our 2 repetitions, nice and slow, not pausing at the bottom, not pausing at the top, and then perform the hold for 3 breath cycles at the designated position.